Welcome back to Baby Eagle today. We're exploring the complex relationship between Taiwan and China. Strange taboos in Taiwan, like a Vietnamese person fined nearly 1 billion VND for breaking a rule, and even a place where funerals are celebrated like festivals. Let's dive into 7 unique things you can only find in Taiwan. Taiwan's strict law banning dog and cat meat consumption. In 2017, Taiwan made a historic move by implementing a law that banned the consumption of dog and cat meat. This progressive law not only applies to locals, but also extends to tourists, sending a clear message about the island's commitment to animal welfare. Under this legislation, anyone caught eating dog or cat meat faces serious consequences, with fines ranging from $1,600 to $8,100 USD, equivalent to approximately 40 to 200 million VND. But the law goes even further. Individuals found guilty of cruelty towards animals, such as killing or abusing them, could be sentenced to up to 2 years in prison and face fines as high as $65,000 USD, or roughly 1.6 billion VND. One high-profile case that brought this law into the spotlight involved a group of Vietnamese nationals in 2019. The group killed a dog and served it to a gathering of 12 other Vietnamese individuals. As a result, they were slapped with a hefty fine of 770 million VND. This case highlighted Taiwan's serious approach to animal rights and its determination to enforce these regulations. Historically, dog and cat meat consumption had been practiced in some parts of Asia, but Taiwan's legislation marks a major step forward in animal protection within the region. It serves as an important example to other countries, showcasing the growing recognition of the need to protect animals from exploitation and cruelty. Taiwan's law has not only protected animals, but has also sparked broader conversations on ethical eating and animal rights, pushing for a more compassionate approach toward how society views and treats animals. This move is seen as a significant shift in the region, where the consumption of dog and cat meat was once normalized in certain cultures, but is now being challenged by more progressive views on animal welfare. The superstition surrounding the number 4 in Taiwan. In Taiwan, the number 4 is considered unlucky, a belief deeply rooted in the language and culture of the island. The reason for this superstition lies in the Mandarin pronunciation of the number 4, which sounds remarkably similar to the word for death, si, pronounced si. This linguistic connection has given rise to a pervasive fear of the number, with many people actively avoiding it in their daily lives. The influence of this superstition is especially visible in places like hospitals, hotels, and apartment buildings, where the number 4 is often excluded from room numbers and floor designations. For instance, you might find that instead of a 4th floor, a building will skip directly from the 3rd floor to the 5th. Similarly, hotel room numbers that would normally be labeled as 4, 14, or 24 are often replaced with alternatives like 3A or simply omitted. This practice is meant to minimize the association with death and bad luck. Interestingly, this fear extends beyond architecture and numerology. Many people in Taiwan will even go so far as to avoid answering phone calls from numbers that contain multiple instances of the number 4, especially when 4/4s appear in sequence. This belief is so ingrained that some individuals will take deliberate steps to prevent any contact with such numbers, fearing it could bring misfortune or negative energy into their lives. The impact of this superstition also carries over into other aspects of life, such as choosing license plates, phone numbers, or even the dates of significant events. People might avoid selecting certain numbers, particularly for important occasions like weddings or business openings, in an effort to prevent any potential bad luck. The avoidance of the number 4 has become a part of the cultural fabric, influencing everything from daily conversations to the design of products and services. This superstition is not unique to Taiwan alone, as similar beliefs about the number 4 can be found in other parts of East Asia, particularly in China, Hong Kong, and Japan. However, Taiwan's deep cultural connection to this belief system has made it a notable feature of local customs and practices. For many Taiwanese, the number 4 represents more than just a digit. It is a powerful symbol of death and misfortune that is best avoided. Despite the superstition surrounding the number 4, the practice of avoiding it is not intended to cause fear or anxiety. Rather, it reflects the human desire to control and protect against forces beyond one's understanding, a practice found in cultures worldwide where certain numbers or symbols are believed to hold supernatural significance. Gift-giving taboos in Taiwan, cultural nuances and superstitions. Gift-giving is an important part of Taiwanese culture, but there are several taboos that people are careful to avoid, particularly when choosing gifts for loved ones or business associates. One of the most notable taboos is the gifting of luxury watches. In Taiwan, giving someone a watch is often seen as bad luck. This belief stems from the fact that the Mandarin word for watch, zhongbiao, pronounced zhongbiao, sounds very similar to the word for funeral, zhongbiao, pronounced zhongbiao. Because of this phonetic similarity, giving a watch is considered an ominous gesture, almost as if you are wishing death upon the recipient. As a result, watches are generally avoided as gifts, especially for significant occasions like birthdays, weddings, or celebrations of any kind. This superstition reflects the broader Taiwanese cultural sensitivity to death and the importance of avoiding anything that could be perceived as a bad omen. While the act of gifting a watch may seem harmless to outsiders, the potential association with a death in funerals is taken very seriously in Taiwan. In fact, some people may even subtly avoid wearing or discussing watches in certain social settings to steer clear of any negative connotations. Another interesting and lesser-known gift-giving custom in Taiwan revolves around food and the concept of respect during meals. It's customary to leave a small amount of food uneaten at the table, especially when dining with others. This practice is seen as a gesture of respect toward the host, signaling that there is no need to prepare more food, as the guests have been well taken care of. On the other hand, finishing every last bit of food on your plate could be interpreted as a sign that the host did not provide enough, which might unintentionally offend them. This practice reflects the cultural value placed on hospitality and the subtle art of maintaining harmony in social settings. These taboos on gift-giving are just a few examples of how Taiwanese culture emphasizes the importance of symbols, words, and actions in maintaining social harmony and showing respect. While these customs may seem peculiar to those unfamiliar with them, they are an integral part of Taiwan's deep cultural heritage. The careful consideration given to gifts, words, and actions helps to navigate the delicate balance between fortune and misfortune, fostering positive relationships and mutual respect. Funerals that resemble festivals, Taiwan's unique tradition. One of the most surprising traditions in Taiwan is the practice of hiring dancers, sometimes even strippers, to perform at funerals. This custom, common in some rural areas, may seem strange to outsiders, but is deeply rooted in local beliefs. It is thought that the dancers' movements help to appease wandering spirits and guide the deceased's soul to the afterlife. In some cases, the performances are intended to bring good fortune to the departed and their family. The tradition is believed to be a way of ensuring that the deceased's journey to the next world is smooth and auspicious. These funeral celebrations can be quite extravagant. In certain regions, funeral processions may involve over 200 funeral cars and dozens of performers, creating a spectacle that resembles a lively festival rather than a somber ceremony. The performers, often dressed in elaborate costumes, dance around the coffin while music plays, creating an atmosphere that blends both celebration and mourning. This practice is known to be more prevalent in rural communities, where traditional beliefs about the afterlife remain strong. While controversial, the tradition highlights Taiwan's unique approach to death and mourning. For many, these performances are not seen as disrespectful, but rather as a way to honor the deceased and help them transition peacefully to the afterlife. It also reflects the belief that death is not the end, but rather a passage that requires rituals to ensure a positive journey. Despite its controversial nature, this custom continues to be an important part of Taiwan's cultural identity, especially in rural areas, where such practices are seen as a means of maintaining spiritual balance and respect for the dead. Traffic rules and efficient public transport in Taiwan. Taiwan boasts an incredibly efficient and well-organized traffic system, which helps manage the high density of vehicles on its roads, particularly motorcycles. With approximately 676 motorcycles for every 1,000 people, Taiwan has one of the highest motorcycle per capita rates in the world. To reduce accidents and improve flow, the country has implemented specific traffic rules tailored to this unique environment. For instance, at traffic lights, there are designated lanes for motorcycles, allowing them to navigate through traffic more smoothly and safely. Additionally, to prevent collisions at busy intersections, Taiwan has introduced a two-stage left turn system for motorbikes. This system ensures that motorcyclists can safely maneuver across roads while avoiding dangerous cross-traffic. Despite the prominence of motorcycles, Taiwan is also highly committed to promoting public transportation. The island's extensive subway network, efficient bus services, and pedestrian-friendly infrastructure make it easy for residents and visitors to get around without relying on private cars. The Taipei Metro, MRT, is particularly popular, offering a fast and affordable way to travel around the city. Buses serve both urban and rural areas, and there's a strong emphasis on punctuality and cleanliness. Public transport in Taiwan also comes with a culture of orderliness. For example, citizens are required to line up neatly at bus stops, sometimes waiting in long queues that can extend for hundreds of meters. This disciplined approach to public transport highlights the Taiwanese value of respect for others and the importance of maintaining smooth and efficient operations in crowded urban areas. Whether by motorcycle or public transit, Taiwan's traffic system exemplifies efficiency, safety, and respect for order, making it one of the most impressive transportation networks in the world. The ambiguous relationship between Taiwan and China. Taiwan's relationship with China is one of the most complex and politically sensitive issues in global geopolitics. Officially, Taiwan operates as a sovereign nation with its own government, legal system, military, and economy. It conducts its own foreign relations and holds democratic elections, making it functionally independent in many respects. Despite this, China views Taiwan as a part of its territory and has consistently maintained its stance that Taiwan is a breakaway province that should eventually be reunified with the mainland. In recent years, China has increased military and diplomatic pressure on Taiwan, including military drills and economic sanctions, while threatening the use of force to achieve reunification. This situation has led to significant international tension, as many countries are caught between their economic ties with China and their support for Taiwan's democratic system. Taiwan's status remains unresolved on the global stage, with a handful of countries officially recognizing Taiwan as a sovereign state, while the vast majority follow China's One China policy, which refuses to recognize Taiwan as a separate entity. The situation is further complicated by the Taiwanese people's overwhelming rejection of unification with China. According to a recent poll, 73% of Taiwanese citizens oppose the idea of joining China, a sentiment that has remained strong despite Beijing's efforts to foster closer ties through economic incentives and diplomatic pressure. Most Taiwanese see themselves as distinct from the people of China, with many identifying as Taiwanese rather than Chinese. The government in Taipei has consistently emphasized the importance of maintaining Taiwan's autonomy and the preservation of its democratic way of life. This ongoing dispute has made Taiwan one of the most politically sensitive areas in international relations, with both sides firmly entrenched in their positions. While the Taiwanese government seeks international recognition and autonomy, China continues to push for reunification, making the future of Taiwan-China relations uncertain and a key issue on the world stage. Cultural and social differences between Taiwan and China. Taiwan is renowned for its rich and diverse culture, shaped by a blend of indigenous traditions, Chinese influences, and the legacies of its colonial past under the Netherlands and Japan. The island's cultural fabric is a reflection of this complex history, creating a unique identity distinct from mainland China. One of the most notable differences between Taiwan and China is their linguistic diversity. While Mandarin Chinese is the official language in both places, Taiwanese people also speak Taiwanese Hokkien, a local dialect that has deep roots in the island's history. In contrast, the majority of people in China speak Mandarin, but with the simplified Chinese characters that were introduced by the Chinese government in the mid-20th century. In addition to language, Taiwan stands out for its more open and progressive social environment, which is in stark contrast to the strict control exercised by the Chinese government over its society. Taiwan's media landscape is free, and the internet is largely unrestricted. Platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter are widely accessible, and there is no censorship of online content, allowing Taiwanese citizens to engage freely with global ideas and information. This open internet access is a significant difference from China, where these same platforms are blocked and heavily censored. In China, the government controls the flow of information, and the Great Firewall restricts access to foreign websites, creating a highly regulated online environment. This contrast in freedom of expression is also reflected in the political climate. Taiwan operates as a vibrant democracy where citizens have the right to freely participate in elections, express their opinions, and challenge government policies. In comparison, China is ruled by the Communist Party, and its political system is characterized by tight control over public discourse, political opposition, and civil liberties. The social and cultural differences between Taiwan and China are significant, and they contribute to the island's unique identity. While both share a common cultural heritage, Taiwan's more open society, linguistic diversity, and unfiltered access to global media set it apart from its neighbor. These differences are central to Taiwan's sense of independence and its growing national consciousness. In conclusion, Taiwan offers a unique blend of cultural traditions, superstitions, and modern advancements that make it a fascinating destination for any traveler. Whether you're visiting a funeral-turned-festival or exploring the bustling streets, Taiwan is full of surprises that you won't find anywhere else in the world. Thank you for joining me on this virtual journey through Taiwan. After watching this video, which fact impressed you the most about Taiwan? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinions. See you in the next video, and until then, take care and keep discovering new things about the world around you.